It was a normal day on Cyril, and Percy and Freddy, Frick, I always forget his name, but still, Freddy and Percy were shunning trucks. It was a very busy day on Cyril, so the engines had to work extra hard in order to keep things running. In order to be something, I don't know. This steam train. Everything was going fine until Diesel 10 had to return to Knapford with the morning express train. He hadn't been feeling that well, so he was sputtering and stuttering. Who uses that other than... He couldn't get a proper grip on the rails and started to pick up speed when he went down the hill, which is normal. And what made this worse was that Duck was coming out of the yard, but suddenly, oh no, I've run out of water, or broken down. I don't fucking know. Wait, what's that up there? Oh wait, Duck, get off the line! Well, crap. Looks like I'm about to be hit by a train. If only someone would come out here and save me. What? Super Rusty, to the rescue. Don't worry, Duck. I'll save. Uh-oh. Luckily, there were lots of human casualties and injuries, but other than that, no one was hurt. And Super Rusty was useless. They can't take me back to jail for this. So while the cleanup process was underway, Sir Topham Hatt had to ask for two engines to come out of the works. If any of you remember from the old canon episode, when I started the series, Edward and Henry got into an accident when they were escaping from the collapsing bridge. So Edward was pulled out of the works early to help with manage the express trains. And Sir Topham had another engine built for this. An E2 tank engine with 6 small wheels, a short stumpy funnel, a short stumpy boiler, and a short stumpy dome. And it had no face. When they got to the yard, they got right to work. While Edward was busy pulling his passenger trains. Yeah. E2 was busy shunting freight cars whilst things were doing. But he wasn't very good at it and constantly derailed all the freight cars. That night at the sheds, everyone was happy that Edward returned. Even Henry. Oh, Edward, I'm sorry about slowing down so hard or so fast. I don't know how to say it, but I'm so sorry. It's okay. It's okay. It was bound to happen eventually. After all, accidents happen now and then. I don't want to be reminded of that fucking song. But they were surprised to see that the E2 was backing up onto the turntable. What's he doing here? Asked Freddy. Oh, so Topham Hatt told him he could stay the night. But the next night he had to sleep at the coal hopper. You know, it's kind of creepy seeing a train without a face. I know. If you're a train without a face, then you're not a train at all. Well, Gordon, you don't have to be trainsist. I don't believe in trainism. Well, best get ready for the flying kipper. It's my turn to pull it tonight. But Henry, you don't have to do that. You know, I could take it. No, it's okay. No, it's okay, I could take it. Oh, god dang it. Alright, everyone, back up. And everyone did, except for the E2. Soon the E2 was hit by Henry's humongous tender and rolled back off the rails and into the mud area. Oh, what's the matter, E2? Can't handle a little bit of muck and water? Again, Gordon with the trainism. I don't want to see it. Oh, I don't believe in trainism. Remember that. That poor E2. Dun, 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 dun. Soon everyone woke up in the next morning and realized that Henry wasn't back from pulling the flying kipper. That's strange, said Gordon. Normally he would be back by now. Maybe he slept at Vickerstown. It's just my theory. Alright, wake up, you. I'm up. It's kind of strange. Usually Henry always comes back to Tidmouth to sleep, which is kind of counterproductive. I mean, if your last train terminates at a station with the sheds, shouldn't you just stay there? Yeah, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Anyways, come on. Freddy, let's go. We got a job to do at the scrap/repair yard. And besides, we could see what Dieselton and Duck are doing. Maybe having a convo. Who knows? The E2 was still sleeping at the time because his jobs didn't start until 12. Yeah, I'm using Australian time. Screw American time. Cheer up, E2. Even though you're still sleeping, cheer up. Maybe one day you'll be like one of us. Alive, walking, talking, maybe even moving by yourself. It'll all happen to an engine eventually. Meanwhile at the station, right, off I go. Must go on to the unknown. Fucking show off. Dip. Alert, accident up the line. In Gordon head rapidly approaching. Engine has to be 12 times as fast as him to reach it on time. That sounds like Thomas. This is speed. Wait, why did I call him that? Yeah, I started calling him that off screen, but I guess the passenger services can wait until I kill Thomas. Thomas. Peep. We need your help. An engine has fallen off the line, had an accident up the line, and Gordon's rapidly approaching it. And we need your help. You need to get the breakdown train and go up there immediately. Peep. Why? Bruh, you're the fastest engine in the entire island. You're 12 times as fast as Gordon. The boys said he was strong. Anyways, you need to go now. Peep. Thanks to Thomas's godly powers, he managed to get onto the line and topple away to get the cranes. Peep. Chugga 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 chugga. Okay, what the hell? How is he going faster than me? I need an explanation. This shit just doesn't happen on Turtle. Just tell me. Hey, how the hell is he freaking? Thomas soon found out what the crash was. Henry overturned on the bridge and fell on his side. Don't question why it's on one track. It could have gone multiple, but I had to play just to break down cranes somewhere. Not to mention the fact that one of the freight cars' coupling were very old, so we fucked your bitch, said the trucks as they rattled down the hill. Oh sweet Jesus, no. They were about to collide when holy crap, where am I going? Said Gordon as he rattled down the line. Luckily, the signalman saved him by diverting him into the yard. But what he didn't realise is that the track was still diverted into one of the sidings. So Gordon rattled on. He noticed that up ahead there were 3 tracks, one to milk, one to hard rock brake regular trucks, and the other to the diesel supply train. Oh sweet lord, I don't want to crash into any of those. My points will be fucked up beyond repair. Ouch. Luckily, everyone in the passenger cars, the cab of the train, brake vans, and all were hurt, including the engines and trucks. Gordon laid on his side, upset at the fact that he crashed into the milk tankers first, then the freight truck second, and then the diesel supply train last. He was ashamed to be on repair. And there was worse to come. Diesel Lieutenant Duck had just returned from the works and looked better than ever. They were happy until something happened. Ow. The trucks that came loose from the goods train, or the flying kipper as many of you call it, it came flying down the line and crashed into Diesel Lieutenant Duck, badly injuring them. Luckily, Diesel 10 wasn't dead, but Duck is still alive. He's just unconscious. Scruffy was a part of the train when it was a part of this train and was happy that it happened. Meaning he finally got some closure for his ancestors that couldn't survive the accident. That night, the engines were upset to hear that Gordon, Duck, Diesel 10, and Henry had accidents in the same day, meaning they were short-handed on staff engines, meaning that they had to call in for new engines from the other railway. Thomas said nothing, as he had no face, you fucking up dickhead. Soon, Gator, who was the acting controller, appeared out of nowhere. Thomas, you did a good day today. Wait, are we calling him Thomas now? Yes, because from now on, we'll be referring to that name. And not only that, you're getting a complete overhaul. New paint, new number, heck, why not a new face to get rid of that smoke box door? Thomas, even though you couldn't see it, was happy that he was finally getting the overhaul he so rightly deserved. Even though he was only in working service for 3 days, and yet the only notable thing he did was bring 2 breakdown cranes to a scene of a crash. That was apparently enough to prove to Gator that Thomas earned the name, the numbers, and the face. That night after Thomas returned from the works, it had been a few weeks now, all the engines from around Surdor came to celebrate his reintroductory. So Thomas, How do you feel? Said Gaino. I feel like I could be a really useful engine. Sorry about that, but yeah, I feel like I could become a really useful engine in the future. Now I got a face, number, now I'm officially part of the railway. Something tells me that Soda will be a great home for me. He said as when he was caught up in the moment and fell into off the turntable and into the dirt. Thomas the Tank Engine, you're inspiration to us all. That's a Thomas Wooden Railway reference. But in all seriousness, what did he do to deserve the face, the number, and the name? Well, he brought the breakdown train to your accident, Henry. Tell me, what did he do? Pretty much nothing. All he did was stand there while the breakdown train still lifted all the freight cars off the rails. In fact, he didn't even move him when he got back to the shed when the job was done. In fact, the crane's just not even moving. Yeah, in fact, the destruction from my crash is still there, including the corpses. In fact, it made the yard start to smell even worse. And not only that, the derailed freight cars are still there. I don't know why Annie and Clara were off the line. In fact, I should just... Off you go into the station. Yeah, you make valid points, but the series isn't gonna be like that if Thomas is still like this. To be honest. Also, why was I faceless most of this episode? I don't know. To be honest, I don't really know. It's kind of confusing when in the previous episode you had a face and this episode you didn't have a face. It's kind of like your origin story. Are you sure about that? Yes, I am sure. Okay, fine. Then why was the last episode mentioned? And in fact, why introduce Percy and Freddy? They had no major role in this. In fact, not a lot of people in this episode did. This video is basically all for nothing, and because Tate is worried about, about being insignificant again. Now, if you excuse me, I bet I must sleep. Huh. Wait, why did we all gather here again? And no one questioned my freaking authority ever again. That means you, Thomas. Don't question my authority again, or I swear to God I'll throw you out the window and replace you with a new model.